Hi, and welcome to Spotlight on Bensenville. I'm Village President Frank DeSimone, and I'm here today to talk about the 2019 Capital Investment Program. Our guests today are Joe Karachi, who is the Director of Public Works, along with Mehul Patel, who is the Assistant Director of Public Works. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So the Village of Bensenville is committed to continued public facility and infrastructure improvements. Tell us a little bit about our 2019 investment program.
Sure. We have another very busy construction season for this year. We have about 10 projects slated for construction this year. They range from roadway resurfacing, downtown streetscape, street lights, bike paths, the whole gamut of different construction projects. Over $9.4 million worth of work this year is what we have slated. Due to Mehul's hard work here, we got about $3.55 million worth of grants on these projects too. So it's about 40% of the actual cost is being funded by grant programs. So it's going to be a tough season. There's going to be a lot of complaints. We have a couple of very high-profile projects this year, York Road being one of them.
A lot of much-needed projects, though.
Much needed, yes, but it's going to be very, very challenging for our traveling public out there.
So this show, we're going to preach patience. Patience is the key word for today's show. We should probably put it on the bottom, patience.
little bar got along the bottom.
So tell us about the planned village water main improvement.
So Village Water Main improvements is going to be roughly a $1.5 million project, and we're anticipating about 3,500 feet of water main being replaced in one of the residential subdivisions. It's basically carrying off of last year's water main project. It's going to take place on Marion Street between Jefferson and Memorial, on Roxanne, Virginia, and Memorial and Washington Street between Park and Marion. We are anticipating, along with the 3,500 feet of water main, it's going to be 88 services that are going to be replaced, pavement, curb and gutters, sidewalk, ADA improvements. We're anticipating this project will go out to construction the first week of April, and hoping majority of the work will be completed by June 30th.
Now I think the biggest one we're having now is going to be the York Road roadway resurfacing. Again, we're going to preach patience.
Patience.
But I was on it the other night, and it's horrible. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so York Road is actually one of the federally funded projects that we got going this year for us. The project is bid through and administered through the Illinois Department of Transportation. A contractor has been awarded this contract, K5 out of Westmont, Illinois. It's a $1.9 million project roughly, and it's going to take 4.5 inches of existing asphalt, grind it down, and then we're going to replace that with. So we're looking at a lot of asphalt, a lot of smoke, a lot of dust, along with some spot curb and gutters, sidewalk, ADA improvements, and pedestrian push button signals. Again, we were anticipating this project will go out to construction sometime early April, and hoping majority of the work will be done by June 30th.
And it's going from Grand Avenue to Green Street.
Green Street, that's correct.
And it will
All
be done.
4 lanes.
All four
All
lanes.
4 lanes.
There's going to be a lot of traffic control out there. Again, a lot of patience required by our traveling public, and again, we're going to get it done before the July 4th to have a nice new pavement for our parade.
Nice. When will the Village Street Improvement Program begin, and what is involved in that?
So the Village Street Improvement Program is actually taking place between Irving Park and Hillside Avenue along Franzen Street and Eastview Avenue. We have secured a CDBG grant funding for this project that's administered through DuPage County. And one of the caveats for this project is that we cannot begin construction until an agreement is in place with DuPage County for the administration portion. We're anticipating, based on the latest trends, that this agreement will be sometime in place throughout late summer or early fall of this year. So this may end up being pushed to next year construction season. Okay. But the project itself includes replacement of water main on Eastview Avenue, and we will be doing pavement removal and replacement on both streets, along with spot curb and gutter and sidewalk removal and replacement.
The downtown streetscape program, I know it's phase 3 of 3. We're going to work on the south half, so it's planned for this summer. What is involved in that project, and how will that impact our events that we hold down there?
So along with York Road, this is probably one of our most significant projects this year as far as construction goes. There's going to be a lot of improvements we'll be doing as part of that project. It's going to be similar to what we've done in the first 2 phases. A lot of stamped sidewalks, road diet, if you would call that. We're going to be doing removal and replacement of Center and Addison Street between the tracks and Green Street. We're also doing some improvements along Green Street. So this project will be constructed under a phased construction. So we're going to be keeping one-way traffic open throughout the project duration. We're anticipating there's going to be a lot of hiccups. There's a lot of underground utility relocation that needs to be done as well as part of this project. But when all said and done, it's gonna be a much needed improvement in downtown and put the downtown in, with the categories of the Elmhurst and other towns around here.
And as Mehul said, the traffic control on this one's going to be significant as well. One-way traffic throughout the project, that's going to change throughout the project. So it may be one way in the beginning, and then it may switch to one way later in the project. So again, preaching patience to everybody out there. You have to build it for it to get done, and that's going to take some time. But
How long do you think this project will take?
we'll start this project after July 4th.
Okay.
So we'll, again, take in consideration the parade routes and the staging and all that kind of stuff. There may be a few little things that happen prior to July 4th, but nothing's going to complicate the parade. So getting started after July 4th, and we have a kind of a late October, November completion. So we're going to need every day of it.
And I know Music in the Park is held down there. We're going to host it a couple times in the regular location, and then we're going to move it just north.
Yep.
And
right.
then it'll be still in the same area, just maybe a half a block down.
Correct. Yep.
What is the Church Road Shared Use Path project?
So the Church Road Shared Use Path is our last segment of bike path on Church Road. We have already constructed bike path from Grand Avenue up to Grove Avenue over the last few years, and this is our last segment that takes us from Grove to Irving Park Road. We were kind of hung up in the right-of-way acquisition for the last few months, and we've secured that at this point. And again, this is a federally funded project that's administered through the Department of Transportation. Hoping this project is in construction right after July 4th. And it would be an extension of basically the bike path from Grove to Irving Park Road, along with some culvert extension, some railroad pedestrian crossing work that would be done by Metra on this project. And hoping it would be along the same timeline as the downtown streetscape project. So sometime late October, early November, we're hoping this will be coming to a completion as well.
I know I get this question quite a bit when I'm out around town. We love the street lights. When am I getting street lights? So, the positive response on those lights, they're beautiful. They make the neighborhoods look good. What areas of town are we going to complete this year? And can we do a little explanation on how we pick the areas of town?
Yes, so to answer the first question, we are actually doing 2018 Waterman project that took place on the 400 blocks of May Street, Rose Street, and Grace, along with Washington, between York Road and Marion Street. That's what we're going to be focusing on for the next streetlight project. That's our 2019 streetlight project. Mm-hmm. Again, we have tried to piggyback on the community development block grants on some of these projects lately, and administered through DuPage County. Agreements need to be in place prior to construction. So we will be doing that again, hoping this fall. For the 2019 streetlight project. We're actually in construction for the 2018 project because of the delay in funding and the agreement from DuPage County at that point. What we try to do is, as far as like picking areas, we try to go in the neighborhoods that have existing sidewalks in there, but they don't have enough lighting. We try to go and secure those areas first. We've done some major roadway work on some of the Woke Brothers subdivisions and the 400 block and stuff like that. We wanted to make sure that their area is completed. So the roadway improvements have been completed, the underground improvements have been completed, and the street lights add a nice touch to it.
Right. How can people find out more about our 2019 capital investment program?
Well, you can always visit our website. We do have a lot of information out on our website. You can go to the engineering section of the website. We'll have whole construction pages over there. But you can also call Public Works at 630-350-3435. Talk to either Mehul or myself, and we'd be happy to talk about the projects.
Can you guys stick around?
Yep.
We're going to take a short break. We'll see you in a few minutes on Spotlight in Bensenville.
The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is conveniently located in the Redmond Recreational Complex in Bensenville. The Water's Edge is home of Fenton High School and Wahoo swim teams, featuring an indoor 8-lane lap pool and diving well. The Aquatic Center is available for private functions and parties. Learn to swim, stay in shape, or enjoy recreational swimming year-round at the Water's Edge Aquatic Center.
Staying connected is important, and at the Village of Bensenville, it has never been easier to keep up to date with what's happening around town. Whether on your phone, desktop, or tablet, the Village of Bensenville website is your go-to community resource, so you'll stay connected at home, in the office, or on the go. Join us on social media. Visit the Bensenville homepage and click on the Facebook icon. This will take you to the Bensenville Facebook fan page. Once there, click the like button and add us to your newsfeed. To follow us on Twitter, visit the Bensenville homepage and click on the Twitter icon. This will take you to the Bensenville Twitter page. Once there, click the follow button and add us to your Twitter feed and receive regular community updates. For email and cell phone notifications, click on the Notify Me button. This will take you to the Notify Me dashboard. Add your email address and/or cell phone number at the top of the page. Then select which service you would like to receive updates from. Click on the envelope icon for email alerts and on the phone icon for phone alerts. You can choose one, the other, or both. Tune into our public access cable shows and board meetings. Choose a current program from the Multimedia tab down on the home page. Bensenville Community Television is also web streamed 24 hours a day. To pay your Bensenville utility bill online, just click on the Online Payments button, then follow the instructions provided on our secure payment site. If you have any problems, concerns, or questions to tell the Village, please visit the Report a Concern Center. Through the YourGov application, you can explain your issue and track its progress from submission to completion. Issues submitted through YourGov are forwarded directly to the responsible department. Staying connected is important, and at the Village of Bensenville, it has never been easier to keep up to date with what's happening around town. On your phone, desktop, or tablet, the Village of Bensenville website is your go-to community resource, so you'll stay connected wherever you are.
Welcome back to Spotlight on Bensenville. I'm Village President Frank DeSimone. I'm here talking today with Director of Public Works Joe Karachi, along with Assistant Director of Public Works Mehul Patel. We're talking about our 2019 Capital Investment Program. Guys, welcome back from the break. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Big improvements are happening at Redmond Reservoir too. Can you tell us a little bit, us and our viewers, what's going on over there?
Yeah, this was a perfect example of collaborating between two different types of governments. Again, this was a community development block grant funded project through DuPage County. DuPage County actually approached the Village of Bensenville for a regional storage project, and Redmond was a perfect example for that. So what we ended up doing is a partnership with DuPage County, added additional 20 acre feet, which is roughly 6.5 million gallons of water capacity in Redmond. Majority of that work was completed last year, and right now we're currently working on the electrical and the mechanical components of the project and upgrading the lift stations and the much needed pump improvements at Redmond. We also constructed the path around Redmond last year, and we anticipate all the mechanical and the electrical upgrades to be functioning and working hopefully by late summer this year.
All right, I know it's holding more water, and that's a good thing, but one of the best parts for us is free money, right?
Exactly.
Complete free project.
Free money.
So-
It didn't cost the village a dime.
Not a dime. And one thing I will say is preaching patience as well. That area needs some time for the grass and the turf to grow. So we're going to probably try our best to keep people off it until we can start establishing some of that greenery out there, because right now it's not looking that great.
Right.
But give it some time.
What's the scope of our 2019 annual sanitary sewer lining project?
This is one of our maintenance projects that we have done for the last 6 to 7 years. What it is basically a trenchless technology that pushes a liner inside a hose pipe and gives a structural rehabilitation from within. The scope of this project is roughly 67,000 feet of 8-inch sanitary sewer lining that we do in our residential neighborhoods, and this will take place. We're kind of doing 2 parts of town this year along with this project. This will take place. We have a north side of town along just north of Hillside there, and we're also doing along West Green Street and just south of Green Street in that area.
And this is one of those types of technology too that helps us not have to dig the roadway up. You know, our sanitary sewers could be 10, 15 feet down on the ground in the middle of the roadway. So this is an opportunity for us to actually get a fairly new performing pipe without having to dig it up. So,
What streets are benefiting from our 2019 MFT HMA pavement maintenance program?
So this is actually one of the new programs that we have initiated in 2019. Going around town, what we've done is over the last 3 years, what we do is a pavement condition index evaluation for all of our streets in town. And we get a rating based on various factors on the streets, and that tells us which streets need it the most and what kind of rehab we should be performing on each street. Looking at that report, we've invested a lot of money in Irving Park Road streetscape, downtown streetscape over the years, and now we're focusing on some of the roadway improvements that we need around town. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be resurfacing Grove Avenue between 83 and Church Road right in front of Fenton High School as part of this program, along with West Foster Avenue between 83 and Spruce as part of this program. What we will also be doing is we're going to be doing some surface patches, which is just a top layer of patching on other streets besides those 2. We're anticipating this project will roll off hopefully in April, and then hoping that again June 30th we should be done with most of the construction. We are making sure that we are not going to be in front of Fenton High School until school ends.
Okay,
So.
perfect. What neighborhoods are covered by our 2019 MFT sidewalk repair and replacement project?
This is again another annual maintenance project that we do every year, and first of all, we take sidewalk improvements by complaint basis. If residents are calling, we keep a log of all those complaints and we try to address those first. And we try to go around different neighborhoods every year. Village is split in 5 different maintenance zones, and we've covered all my 5 maintenance zones over the last 5 years. And so we're restarting again. So we're going to be focusing in the Brentwood area, south of George Street, and then along, like I said, we'll also be addressing the resident complaints as well as part of this project.
So every year we're investing more and more back into our community. I mean, we're a little bit behind the 8 ball, but we're trying to catch up as fast as we can. And a lot of the goals are trying to do it with free money or granted money and then matching that money. Am I correct?
that's correct. I mean, we've been very fortunate enough over the last 5-6 years to be getting many grants. I mean, we're using federal grants, we're using county grants, we're using green infrastructure grants, we're doing congestion mitigation grants. I mean, we go out looking for any grant we can, and we look to partner up with other communities, with other entities to try to make these things happen. And again, we've been very successful. So we've been able to do a lot of work out there because of these grants. Without these grants, our project would almost be cut in half.
And I know this is, I'm going to throw this out there, specifically this year, we've been hit pretty hard with the potholes.
Yes.
We're on those. We're
Yep.
patching them as fast as we can. The freeze thaw really hurt us.
Yep.
You want to just explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so basically when the temperatures change, we do get freeze thaw. So water gets into the cracks, and then what happens when it gets cold is the water expands and it pushes out the asphalt. So that's what causes the potholes. Anytime, I mean, basically for the last 4 or 5 weeks, anytime we have not been out there plowing snow or salting, we've been out there pothole patching. So we have a pretty good, we're pretty good on them right now, but I mean, again, some of the roadways that we know we're going to be doing, like York Road, we're hitting some of the big ones, but we're leaving some of the little ones, to be honest, and just to try to get onto the residential streets and make as many of our roadways passable as possible.
And to help us out, the residents can report potholes?
They can.
And
You
how
can
do they do
report
that?
potholes either by calling Public Works, or we do have at our website a YourGov application that you can actually fill out your information. If you put in your email and a response and you sign up for it, you can actually get updates as to how your service is going. So,
Joe, once again, tell us where everybody can find our 2019 capital investment program.
sure. Again, everything is found on our website, so you can go to the village website, www.bensenville.il.us, and there's a construction tab over on the left side that you can find all of our construction information. There's also Report a Concern, which you can report your potholes to as well. So the website is very full of information.
Again, we're going to preach patience, please. Construction season is another season in Illinois, in the city of Chicago. We always have a construction season, but we promise you we're going to try to make it as painless as possible. Gentlemen, thank you for showing up and coming on the show and explaining what's going on around town. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Spotlight on Bensenville.